Have you ever paused for just a second while tapping that same button on your phone and wondered whether it would ever lead to something real? Maybe you asked yourself if all those daily taps were building an actual future or if they were just numbers floating on a screen with no destination. If you've ever felt that mix of hope and uncertainty, you're not alone. Millions of people around the world have been asking the same question, and today, that question is finally getting a clearer answer. What we are witnessing right now is not just another update or announcement. It's a turning point that many once believed would never come. For years, people have talked about potential, about vision, about what could happen one day. But now we are stepping into a phase where effort is becoming ownership and belief is becoming reality. The ongoing migration marks one of the most important transitions this project has ever seen. It represents the moment when years of consistency, patience, and community participation are being converted into something tangible, something you can truly control. This isn't theory anymore. This is blockchain in action. For a long time, many people viewed this project as an experiment. You mined on your phone, invited others, and watched your balance grow, but deep down you knew those numbers weren't yet part of the wider crypto world. They existed in a closed environment, more like a record than a usable asset. You could see them, but you couldn't freely move them, trade them, or integrate them into real economic activity. That phase is now ending. Migration is the process that moves those balances from a controlled system into a decentralized blockchain where ownership actually matters. Once your balance appears in your wallet on the main network, something fundamental changes. You are no longer just participating in a test. You are holding an asset that exists on-chain, secured by cryptography, and designed to interact with decentralized applications. That shift alone places this moment among the most significant milestones in the project's history. It proves that the long-term vision wasn't just words written years ago. It was a roadmap. What makes this moment even more powerful is the scale at which it's happening. More than 17.5 million people have already completed identity verification. That number isn't just impressive, it's transformative. In a space where many networks struggle with bots, duplicate accounts, and fake users, this project has built one of the largest verified human communities in blockchain history. Each verified account represents a real person with a real stake in the ecosystem. Teachers, students, small business owners, workers, and families across the globe are now connected through a shared economic network. This level of verification creates trust, and trust is the foundation of any functioning economy. It means developers can build with confidence. It means businesses can consider real-world use cases. And it means users can interact knowing they are part of a network designed around genuine participation rather than artificial volume. When you move your balance into your wallet, you step into that verified economy as an actual participant, not a spectator. For years, critics doubted this moment would ever arrive. Some dismissed the project entirely, calling it unrealistic or even impossible. But while the noise continued online, the community stayed consistent. Day after day, people showed up, mined, verified, and waited. That quiet persistence is now visible in the data. Wallet activity is increasing. On-chain transactions are growing. The conversation has shifted from questioning whether the network works to figuring out how to use it properly. That shift alone signals maturity. This is what progress looks like. Real adoption doesn't happen overnight, and it rarely arrives with fireworks. It builds slowly, through infrastructure, compliance, and community alignment. Migration is proof that the system is moving from preparation to execution. It opens the door for decentralized applications, peer-to-peer transactions, and real commerce powered by this ecosystem. Looking ahead, the possibilities expand quickly. Imagine using your tokens not just as something you hold, but as something you spend, earn, and circulate. Imagine paying for everyday items, supporting online services, or interacting with decentralized finance tools using an asset you accumulated over time with consistency rather than capital. That is the promise of Web 3, and migration is the first real step toward making that promise usable. Of course, with progress comes responsibility. Migration doesn't happen automatically for everyone. The system requires identity verification and proper security setup to protect the network from fraud and abuse. This is intentional. A secure economy cannot function if bad actors are allowed to exploit it. These requirements ensure that assets are moved only by real users who understand the responsibility of self-custody. And self-custody is something every participant must take seriously. Once your assets are in your wallet, there is no reset button. There is no customer support that can recover a lost passphrase. This is true ownership, and with it comes full accountability. Your passphrase is your key. Protect it like your most valuable possession. Write it down, store it offline, and never share it with anyone under any circumstances. As value begins to form, scams will increase. This happens in every growing ecosystem. Fake messages, impersonators, and misleading offers will try to take advantage of excitement and confusion. The rule is simple: never give your passphrase to anyone, no matter how official they appear. No legitimate platform will ever ask for it. Some people worry about price, volatility, or selling pressure after migration. These concerns are natural, but it's important to think beyond short-term movement. Sustainable value is built through usage, not speculation. Networks that survive are the ones people actually use. The more applications are built, the more transactions occur, and the more the ecosystem integrates into daily life, the stronger its foundation becomes. This transition period will come with challenges. Adoption always does. But it also comes with opportunity. You are early in a system that prioritizes real users and long-term vision over quick hype. That alone sets it apart in a crowded market. When you look back on this moment in the future, it may stand out as the point where belief turned into function. Where patience paid off. Where a global community proved that decentralization at scale is possible when people commit for the long term. If you've been part of this journey, you didn't just mine tokens. You helped build a network. Stay informed, stay secure, and stay engaged. The more the ecosystem is used, the stronger it becomes for everyone involved. Thank you for spending your time here today. If this breakdown helped you better understand where we are and where things may be heading, support the channel by liking, sharing, and subscribing so you don't miss future updates. Stay focused, stay safe, and keep moving forward. Have a powerful and productive day, Pioneer.